But it is going to be pretty cloudy all weekend long. It's a weekend where you can safely leave the sunglasses behind, and you might be pleasantly surprised with a peak of sunshine. But yeah, not a washout. That's the good news. But we do have the possibility of some more strong storms to our west today. Yesterday, it was that one rogue cell, one supercell that developed in west central Minnesota, and just kind of rode this little bit of vorticity, a little bit of spin in the atmosphere, but did produce a tornado touchdown. The Weather Service will go out there today and figure out how long was it on the ground for? Did it jump around, or did it stay on the ground for one period of time? A lot of hail reports too, though, but you can track the storm just based on the storm reports. A nice line there from northwest to southeast. About 5 o'clock was the first touchdown reported in Bellevue there in Redwood County. So there's a slight risk from the Storm Prediction Center today. It really is going to be confined more, though, to the Dakotas. Looks like less and less likely that any storms will make their way into western Minnesota, at least on the severe side of things. So watch what happens here later in the day. Storms pop up into the Dakotas. That's also where there'll be a little more sunshine, so more instability, more energy to work with. And then what's left of that could make its way into western Minnesota, but it'd be pretty late in the evening. And it looks like almost none of that makes it to the metro overnight tonight. So we were looking at maybe some early morning storms the last few days for Saturday. Looks like that's probably going to be less the case. But tomorrow night, maybe a little bit better chance of some storms. So during the day tomorrow, an isolated shower or two. A lot of clouds, though, and temperatures staying in the 70s. Sunday could have a couple leftover showers from the overnight storms tomorrow night. We're talking midnight, 1 a.m. That's when we could see some storms tomorrow night. So grab an umbrella for Sunday if you're headed out to the parade. Could have a shower around. Definitely not a washout, though, but if you have a shower overhead, you'll be glad you had that umbrella, and then it'll move on. But yeah, pretty cloudy through the weekend anyway. Temperatures in the 60s to start. We're headed into the 70s this afternoon. A little breezier today. Look at the winds out of the southeast here, about 15 miles an hour, and we could see a couple of late afternoon showers. They'll be pretty hit and miss, though. Not a steadier rain that developed like yesterday for a couple hours. 63 right now, 43 in International Falls. A little chillier up there. We did have some showers here the last couple of hours to the north and east. Those are largely fizzling out. A couple of showers up around Cambridge, and not a lot of wind in the upper atmosphere to move these things very quickly. But we do have some storms to the south of Sioux Falls across Iowa. Some of this is trying to make its way north, so maybe some showers brushing the southernmost counties of Minnesota this morning. But here's midday today. You can see clouds, but not a lot of showers on the microcast. And then overnight, same thing. Those showers and storms from the west don't quite make their way east. Midday tomorrow, a passing shower, otherwise just a lot of clouds. But then tomorrow night, we see those storms fill in a little bit more and push through the area. And again, a couple lingering showers Sunday. Otherwise, finally drying out and heating up next week. Looks like mid to upper 80s, maybe near 90 heading into the middle of the week.